packing for a tonneau cover life. What's up guys, it's Chad here with Gear Reviews, coming to you from my backyard today. If you've been following the channel, you know behind me is my 2020 Ram 2500 Power Wagon project truck. I got something on the back that I'm doing a review on today. It is the RetraxPro XR. If you stay tuned, I'm going to go over the pros and cons, why I think this is the best tonneau cover on the market. I'm even going to do some measurements and show you exactly how much the canister takes up in the bed and how much room you got left. So stay tuned right after this. Today we're out here at Leonard's Truck Accessories, Sheds and Trailers. Exclusive of WeatherTech and Lear, looks like. But as you can see, they got all sorts of good stuff. They got trailers. As you could tell by that short intro, I did get this tonneau cover from Leonard's here in Wilson, North Carolina. Great group of guys. They helped me out tremendously. All right, the reason I went with the Retrax, okay, I was looking for a tonneau cover that is going to be secure, okay, it means it has to be able to be locked. I was looking for something that was going to be as flush to the actual bedside as possible. I don't like them big, thick, foldy types that just stick up about like 6 inches off the bed. I just don't like the look of them. I want something that's going to be waterproof or as watertight as possible, okay? And I really was hoping for something that I was going to be able to add things to it in the future. And all that I'm going to explain here shortly. All right, now as far as the lockability goes, we'll do a close-up on that right now. First things first, like I said before, I wanted something that was going to be secure and lockable, okay? Obviously, this tonneau cover is aluminum, okay? Now, on the rear left, okay, there's the top front of my truck. So right here, you're gonna have this nice weatherproof folding cap, okay? As you can see right there, okay, you have a button and then you have a deadbolt, okay? To open it, you would have to push on that button and then the lever would pop up. Obviously it's locked, so I'm gonna have a real tough time getting into this nice thick aluminum tonneau cover. So it comes with 2 keys. Insert one in there and it's unlocked. Now watch it. All right, opens right up. All right, so first thing, it's secure. All right, next is ease of use. See this, it's in the unlock position. I'm just going to take 2 fingers. All right, all I did is take 2 fingers and push it ever so slightly and it opened it all the way, okay? It is spring loaded within that, okay? So obviously, once it's going, it is gonna go all the way unless you stop it, okay? Now, another great feature about this cover is that you don't just have to have it all the way open and all the way closed. You can literally lock it along any points on this track. All you have to do is just push down on it and it'll lock right into place, okay? So you can lock it there. You can lock it right here. It don't matter where you lock it, but for example, if you have a desk or something tall you have to put in right here and you still want the rest of your gear to stay out of the elements, you can lock it right there. Something else that's very important to me is I like to take my family camping quite a bit and go on road trips. I do not need my gear back here getting soaking wet when it rains, especially when I'm traveling. All right, Retrax thought of that, okay? If you can see down here, all right, see that drain tube? I don't know if you can see that over there. All right, see that drain tube right there? And then there's the other drain tube. All right, that right there is what keeps everything in this bed dry, okay? It literally has rains. I've had it for a few months now, and it's rained, I'd say about a good solid week at one point. We even had a hurricane over here. It's been raining like this. It's the second straight day of this type of rain. Good news, it's been raining all day. As you can see, it's still wet all on the top here. And it's perfectly dry inside my tonneau cover. Nice and dry. So, it's holding up. Okay, the only points at which rain can enter the system, okay, because obviously you have a track, all right, you have the track, and then the bearings in the thing go about 3 inches into this track. So the water is going to have a very hard time getting in here, especially because it has a little seal. I don't know if you can see that or not. The only place the water can enter is right there at the seam where the actual Retrax comes out of the canister, okay? All right. Yep, so even when you have this thing completely shut, okay, Retrax even thought of it, they do put a seal right here. Okay, so it's not open, it's a seal. However, water does still get in a little bit, okay? And like they said, those drain tubes that I showed you earlier literally drain everything right out down the center of your truck. Doesn't get anything all wet. Speaking of the future proof of this particular tonneau cover, all right, the XR model shines when it comes to future proofing due to the fact that it has these side rails that run the full length of the tonneau cover. Okay, companies like Yakima, Thule, there are probably like 5 to 10 other companies that make a specific rack just for this model tonneau cover, okay? Guys, if you're watching this and you're with one of those companies and you would like to feature one of your racks on this truck, please get in contact with me. I would love to work with you. I have big plans for this. I plan on putting a rooftop tent up here. Plan on getting a nice rack, like I said, the rooftop tent, and having some roto packs, etc., so I can go camping and help that, help that along with my family. I would really appreciate it. If anybody knows me personally, you know that I do a ton of research before I actually purchase something. It might take me a year or more to purchase something just because I'm trying to figure out the best bang for the buck that's going to check all my boxes. Okay, this right here checked all my boxes except for one little thing, and that is a con. I'm going to go over that in a little bit, okay? But the ones that just beat out, okay, I was looking at 2 from Back Industries, okay? It was the MX4, which is a tri-fold tonneau cover, okay? And then I was looking at the Revolver X4, which is a hard metal roll-up cover, okay? There's some other ones I was looking at. The Paragon, they make a great one, and Diamondback probably makes, I'd say, the most durable tonneau cover. Okay, every single one of those had more cons for me than this unit, okay? I could go over all that. If you guys have questions about how this beat those out, leave them in the comments below, okay? All right, on to the cons. This tonneau cover, like I said, for me, had the least amount of cons of any of the tonneau covers I looked at. All right, con number 1, if you're in the market and you've looked at prices, you know that this RetraxPro, which is the aluminum model, plus the XR with the side rails, is one of the most pricey tonneau covers you can get, okay? So con number 1 is the price. This particular one, the Pro model, has a lifetime replacement warranty, okay? If anything happens to this tonneau cover, all right, it's going to be replaced for the lifetime of ownership. Now, having said that, okay, I've already had one slight little bitty problem, okay? Now, on the very end caps of these racks, I'll see if I can zoom in over here for you guys. All right, don't know if you can see this or not. Probably not. All right, this little bitty plastic piece, there's supposed to be a cap that goes right in this hole, okay, just like this piece. It's supposed to be here. When I received it, it was not there. I gave them a call. I called my Leonard dealer where I bought it, and they contacted Retrax. They had no questions asked. They said, we're gonna get another one out to you, which is great. Some other companies would have been like, tough luck, it's just a plastic piece, no big deal. It is no big deal, it doesn't actually serve any purpose. However, it is just something, when you're paying this much money, you expect it to be perfect. So this is on the way, and I'm sure it's gonna get to me. Con number 2. If you can see up there in the front of this truck, there is physically a canister that whole system has to roll into, okay? Now, the other ones I was looking at, the other tonneau covers, this was not a thing, okay? The only other cover system that has this is the roll and lock is what it's called, the roll and lock. Now that was similar to this one, except for it didn't have the ability to have the rail system along the side. And the roll and lock, the canister actually sat up a little bit higher than the bed rail, so it kind of looked a little strange to me. But like I said, the durability of that one was pretty good. My father had one of those, so it is a good unit. All right, now I'm going to measure, okay, how much you're actually losing, because a lot of people ask me this question who I've gotten it so far. They're like, doesn't that canister take up a lot of space? Well, I'm going to tell you exactly how much. All right, I'm just going to measure the floor of the bed. All right, the floor of this bed is 76 inches, okay? If you divide that out by 12, it's going to give you 6 foot 4 inches, okay? And this is with the factory spray and bed liner, so you might lose a half an inch maybe with all the extra material. All right, so now I'm going to measure the bed, the top part of the bed with the actual canister to show you how much you lose, okay? Alright, with the canister installed, you're actually at 63 inches, okay? So that's 5 foot 3. So that's pretty much the same size as a standard normal half-ton bed. Maybe a little bit shorter, okay? So ultimately, so just measuring this, alright, you're actually losing 13 inches, okay? So the actual canister from the front to the very furthest part away from the cab is 13 inches, all right? That is a sizable amount. Yes, it is. I'm not gonna, that was one con, like I said, that I didn't like about it, because now for large objects, I probably have to put the tailgate down to get what I want in the bed. Now, having said that, it doesn't go all the way, to the floor. It's kind of like a toolbox, just a small toolbox. Let me measure exactly how much you still got. All right, under the canister, you still have 9 inches, okay? Now, what I was doing with that on my trips is I always put my kids' pack and play under there, or like all my folding chairs or something like that, a stroller. I throw that under there because it's perfect size for it, so I don't have to worry about putting it in the bed area. All right, so I'm gonna get this thing folded back in. All right, under the tonneau cover itself, all right, you have 19 3/4 inches of space you can have under there. So if you have a Ram, 2500 with this tonneau cover, if you're looking at it, 19 3/4 inches. So if you're trying to figure out if you can put your coolers and such, that is the measurement you want. If you really want to be safe, 19 1/2, but you can definitely get it because the lowest part is actually just this front lip right here. Once you get in there, it actually gets a little bit higher. And let me see if I can measure that. Yeah, once you get past this front lip, it's 20 inches. Okay, so 19 3/4, and then when you push your stuff underneath there, it's gonna be 20 inches. All right, so that's the only cons I got so far, guys. I almost forgot to say, this tonneau cover has a 500-pound evenly distributed weight carrying capacity for the top. One other great feature of this tonneau cover is the fact that you do not have to open the tailgates to lock and unlock your tonneau cover. Let's take a look here what we got. I'm gonna put down the tailgate. All right, see that? Tonneau cover is shut in the locked position, and I can open and close the tailgate, okay? Same thing vice versa with the tonneau cover, okay? Tailgate's up, all right? Shut and open and lock the tonneau cover. So a lot of other tonneau covers can't do that, so another positive for the Retrax. Well, that concludes my demonstration on how to install this RetraxPro XR tonneau cover on my 2020 Ram 2500 Power Wagon. If you guys have any questions about how to install it or just any questions about the tonneau cover in general, feel free to leave your comments down below. And please like and subscribe to the channel. Bye.